Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jen, and today we're going to talk about the difference between straight eighth notes versus shuffle eighth notes. This comes up a lot, especially with beginners. So we're going to listen to how to play both and then how to set your metronome up so that you can hear the difference between the two. Because sometimes it's really easy when we're playing to think we're playing straight eighth notes or shuffle eighth notes, and then we listen back and we're like, that's not right at all. So there's a way to set up a metronome so that you can hear shuffle versus straight. So let's talk about straight first. Now, I've got Mr. Metronome on here at 60, and an eighth note is just going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's straight. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm just playing with a slight palm mute so you can hear, and 2 and 3 and 4, and just a G chord, but you can also do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and now we're going to play shuffle eights that's going to be broken up a little bit. It's actually a broken triplet, but we're going to count it as eighth notes. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And little tricky, right? You've got to maintain the difference, the sound in your ear for the difference. So one thing you can do, especially as you're learning, first set your metronome up and count each click as an eighth note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so this is straight, right? 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now I have a metronome app called Tempo by Frozen Ape, and I'm not making any money from them. I'm not like plugging them. I don't get anything from it. But what you can do is you can set it to a broken triplet. So you have the option for a quarter note, an eighth note, triplets, and a broken triplet, which is going to give you the shuffle feel. So take a listen to this. And 3 and 4. And hear that? And 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and or just set it to the eighth note setting and 2. That's not right. That's still a shuffle. Here's the eighth note. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now if you're still struggling to feel the shuffle, what I'd like you to do is turn the metronome up, let's just say to 100. With a quarter note click though. So here's 100. And I want you to count triplets here. Triplet, 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 triplet. Now, just do the first one and the last one. So triplet, 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 triplet. Let's take it a little bit slower. But that is what's going to give you that shuffle feel. So triplet, 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 triplet. Is that making sense? Are you feeling the difference? So now let's just play at a slow speed. This is a quarter note click. we're going to start with straight eighth notes and then move to shuffle and kind of go back and forth so you get the feel. So here we go. Let's see if I can even do it. I'm a little nervous for myself. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, and 2. Now let's move to shuffle. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And 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 straight. 3, and 4, and 1. 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And think about shuffling now. Here we go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And 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 1. The same thing is going to apply to single notes. So let's do a pentatonic. Let's say in G minor. We've got 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and that's your straight, right? Let's do the shuffle. 3, and 4, and 1, and 3, and 4, and shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. So I would encourage you, A, to stop the metronome when you start talking. Metronome. I would encourage you to play chord progressions in the straight feel and the shuffle and go back and forth. And then also any kind of eighth note lick. Do both the straight version and the shuffle version just so you can feel the difference. But don't be afraid to slow the metronome down and not push it as fast as I am if you're not ready for it. So just keep pulling back until you find the groove that's right for you and then go back and forth. And again, if you haven't done shuffle before, break it up into those triplets. So each click is a part of a triplet, just so you can start to get the feel for it. And as always, I would recommend clapping everything first, because when we sit down and start playing, we're thinking about so many other things. We're thinking about this hand, is this going up or down? What's this hand doing? Where it's clapping, we just have to put our hands together and count, which is still difficult. You'll find that that'll screw you up. That'll put your brain in a little bit of a pretzel. But that's the beginning stages to getting the coordination. If you can clap it and count it and start moving that tempo up, it'll be much easier for you to play it and count it and feel it with the metronome, because you're internalizing the coordination in your body and in your brain piece. So start with that. Have fun. Neither one of them is better or worse. They're just different, and I want you to feel confident being able to switch between and play them and not feel intimidated. So good luck with that. This is a Patreon supported video, so I have amazing patrons that have been supporting me for a long time and keeping these videos going and keeping me, forcing me to get creative outside of song lessons and stuff like that. So we've got this verses thing going on. I'm going to start doing gear videos and demoing like the difference between like a Strat and a Tele and pedals and all this stuff. And that's all completely 100% thanks to my patrons. So thank you so much. And if you are interested in figuring out how to support these videos, and again, anything helps, even $1. It really, really makes a difference in my life and my ability to pay bills. So don't think that it doesn't matter, because it really, really does. So if you're interested, go to patreon.com/JenTrani, and you can see how you can help these out. And if anything, just like and comment, subscribe. And again, that also makes a big difference. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Shuffle, shuffle.